Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make this makeup, which is inspired by Arabic bride makeup, which we were taught at school a while ago, and I just wanted to show you as well. So yeah, I did change it a bit, just in terms of colors and how I apply it, but yeah. I hope you enjoy watching this, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting out with my foundation, or in this case CC cream and BB cream, and I'm using the pale one that I'm using right now as sort of a highlighter and regular skin tone color stuff. It's the Peau Parfait, or however that's pronounced in French, by Yves Rocher. And for the darker parts I'm going to use the Essence CC cream, which is actually the right shade in winter, just not in summer, I mean, just not in winter. Also, it just splurts out product occasionally. But yeah, I'm just gonna put that where I'd normally put a contour. I should really buy a new bottle. Finally. And that's about enough. And now I'm just blending all of it together with the buffing brush by Real Techniques. And I'm trying to keep the colors a little bit separated, so there's really still a difference between dark and light and not just all blended together. Okay, it's quite a thick layer now, so I'm just going to use a makeup sponge to get off the excess. And it is already blended, so I do make sure not to like move anything around anymore. Okay, for underneath my eyes concealing I'm using the Catrice Camouflage Cream. And I used to use this one for a while, the Catrice All Round Concealer Palette, but I'm only using the two palest shades mainly, so yeah, it was kind of a waste to just go buy a new one just for two colors, seeing as I don't use three of them. So I'm back to using this one. It's a little bit drier, but it does work nicely, especially with a sponge, so yeah. Besides, it just gets sold in one single color, which is, I think, a lot more useful. At least for me personally, because I only use this color. Okay. I'm also going to apply a little bit of that right above my upper lip. And above my eyebrows just to highlight a bit more. And also a little bit more on my cheekbones. Okay, then I'm going to use the Essence All About Matte Powder, which used to be a compact powder, but it's not very compact anymore, which always seems to happen with the Essence powders, unfortunately. So yeah, I do really like how well the powder works and how cheap it is, but I do think I'm going to use or buy a different one next time when this is finished. Or empty, whatever. Just because this is kind of really annoying, because it just gets everywhere. Okay, then I'm using the same powder. I keep saying okay. In any case, I'm using the same powder around my eyes with the pointed foundation brush by Real Techniques. And I always put a lot of powder on my eyes just so that the makeup will stay in place later. So I just gotta feel smooth. And if there's a little bit too much powder, then it's easily wiped away with a fan brush. Okay, for this look I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in 24K Gold, which is unsurprisingly a gold color. And I'm just going to apply that with one of the brushes I have lying around here. Oh, this one. And one brush by the Body Shop. which is just a pretty hard synthetic brush, which makes it perfect to apply this stuff. You could also apply it with your fingers, but I prefer not to put my hands into like makeup products because, I don't know, it's just not very hygienic. And just applying that on the entire moving part of the eyelid. Okay, that's enough. And then just to make it a little bit more opaque and a little bit paler, I'm going to use a sort of shimmer pigment that I got off eBay, which is this one. And just applying that on top of that with a regular eyeshadow brush, which I put here. I have like all my brushes lying around here. But yeah, just a regular eyeshadow brush. And I'm applying that onto my entire moving eyelid except for the most inner part, because I'm going to put a paler color there. Okay, that's enough. And yeah, just a warning, if you use this stuff you're going to find glitter everywhere, forever, basically. But it's worth it, at least I think so. So yeah, I'm just going to use this really pale color, sort of greenish silver. And I'm just applying that to the inner corner and just blending it with the gold. A little bit more. Okay, and then on to the difficult part, which is eyeliner. And with this look there is a lot of eyeliner, and you will need a specific kind of eyeliner, which is cake eyeliner. I'm using one by Catrice. Yeah, you could also use, if you don't have this, you could use like the black color tattoo. Or you could use pencil, but pencil will be kind of painful, because you have to like keep putting it over your eye. And the color tattoo is also an option, but yeah, it's less easy to blend it. So I'm just going to use a cake eyeliner instead, and yeah, I just put some water onto it. Then just mixing it with the product with a brush. And then I'm just going to start out with the easiest part of the liner, which is the front part. Also the trick with cake liner is to not make it too wet, because then it won't cover as well. You will need to go over each line like 5 times, which no one wants, because it only makes things more difficult. So I always try not to make it too wet. Trying to get it symmetrical. And if your cake eyeliner dries somewhere through this process, then just apply some more water. Like the cake eyeliner in the jar, I mean, not the one on your eye. That's supposed to dry. Okay, then I'm just gonna add a little bit more to this side. Okay. And then it's on to the hard part, and the hardest part about it is that you really need to keep your eye like open, because you don't want it to smudge. So you really need to keep your eye open until it's dry. And it's really easy if you're not doing this for a tutorial to just do like both eyes at once, so you can just get the initial shape like, you know, even. But I think I got it quite even. At least I hope so. So yeah, now I'm just going to wait for it to dry. Okay, once it is finally dried, I'm going to move on to another budget product, because I'm just keeping it at budget products other than the Eye Studio. Yeah. 24-hour color to by Eye Studio by Maybelline thing. Yeah. In any case, I'm going to use a black eyeshadow by Essence, which is called Pop Eye. And because I don't want to ruin my nails, I usually open them with a hairpin. But yeah, then I'm just going to use a shorter eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to start out by putting a lot of black eyeshadow. You need to add little, less of eyeshadow. I mean, if you're using a better eyeshadow, but I'm using a sort of crappy eyeshadow, honestly, it's not very pigmented, so I'm going to use a lot. To make sure this sort of looks more blended, like it does on this side, rather than like a sharp edge. And I'm just blending it with the gold. And like that. And then I'm also blending the top part. Just be really careful in the inner corner not to drag it down too far. Okay. And then just clean my brush to get most of the product off it and blend it a little bit more. And then I'm just going to use a clean blending brush to blend out the last part. Just to make sure there really aren't any harsh lines. Okay. And when that's done, I'm going to move on to highlight, for which I'm going to use a matte eyeshadow which is called Vanity Fair by Catrice, which randomly fell apart even though I keep it in a drawer rather than in the bag or anything else where it could get hurt, but yeah. It fell apart anyway. And I'm just using it to highlight above my eyebrow. Underneath my eyebrow. And then I'm blending it with the black. And I did sort of get a little bit too much black in my inner corner, so I'm just using a Q-tip to get it out. And then I'm going to use a little bit more of the pale eyeshadow just to lighten it up a bit. Okay. Well, at this point it's easiest to check, like the easiest moment to check if you need to apply more black, because at this point you can see if it's even or not. In my case it isn't. So I'm just going to try to even it out with black eyeshadow first in the same short brush. And if really needed, you could always add more of the cake liner, but yeah, that just makes it more difficult. So I always try to do the easiest way, which is eyeshadow. And again, do make sure you blend it well. And then you're left with something like this, which is the entire top part of the eye look. Yeah. So then it's time to move on to the lower part of the eyelid. And I'm going to start out with a pencil liner. This one is by Estee Lauder, but you know, any eye pencil will work. And I'm both going to do my waterline with that and also tight line. I always continue to look at the mirror when I'm doing this, but if you don't wear contact lenses, then it is advisable to not look in the direction of the pencil. But yeah, seeing as I wear contact lenses, I usually only hit my contact lens anyway. Then I'm going to move on to a shorter brush. This one is by EcoTools, and I keep closing up the thing and then having to open it again with the hairpin. And I'm just using the same eyeshadow and I'm putting it between my lower lashes. Also, when working with colors like these, never forget to tap off the brush like so, because black is not fun to have as fallout. Okay, when it's done, I'm just, if I got it in fallout, wiping it away again. And then it's time for mascara finally. So yeah, basically I'm going to use the Maybelline Colossal Volume Stretch Mascara Cat Eyes, which is basically my go-to mascara when I don't want to use fake eyelashes but I do want big lashes. So yeah, that's basically the deal here. I'm not feeling like wearing fake eyelashes today, so I'm just using mascara instead. And this mascara just really gives my eyelashes like a lot of volume and length, so that's always good. And I'm going to apply that both on the top and on the bottom. Okay, then it's time for the eyebrows. I'm using the Essence Hello Autumn eyeshadow eyebrow set as usual. And just a eyebrow brush by Sigma. And if you really want to keep it to the Arabic Bright theme, then it's better to use an eye pencil, because they usually have like really beautiful, like sharp eyebrows. But seeing as I only have to go grocery shopping today, I don't want to make it too extreme, so I'm just keeping it at slightly more natural eyebrows. But yeah, just do make sure that your eyebrows are like, you know, dark enough that they don't like disappear against the eye look, I guess. Okay, so basically I've just filled them in and then I'm just brushing them in place. I'm not using any eyelash gel today, because I don't really need them to be like completely perfect all day long. Mostly perfect will do. But yeah. Okay, I was sort of planning on shaping using the NYX Big Bold bronzing powder also, but I don't know if it shows up much on camera, but I can see in real life that like the whole shaping with the cream products worked out pretty well. And yeah, I just don't want it to be too extreme. Like, I want the focus to be on the eyes and not on the entire face. That sounds weird. I just want the focus to be on the eyes and not be like completely too extreme, I guess. So I'm just going to keep it at blush. And I'm using the orange side of the Heatwave blush by Essence. And just applying that underneath my cheekbone. Yep. And then just blending that out. Okay, and once it's properly blended, I'm also going to highlight some more using the Baked eyeshadow by Atos, which does not have a name. And I'm using the same Eco Tools Real Techniques brush that I used to put the powder on my eyes. And I'm only putting it on. Okay, I started outlining my lips in red. And I'm just going to like outline them first and sort of blend it like so inwards. Which is going to make my lips look fuller. Which is always a good thing. It really annoys me that I can't talk while doing this. Okay, it's about even, I guess, almost. Then I'm moving on to lipstick. I'm just using Abbey Road by P2 and a detailer brush by Real Techniques. And basically I'm just filling in my lips. Okay, so this is the finished look. As you can see, it's not a very casual look, it's more like a party look. But yeah, I hope it'll come in handy to have watched this someday, or at least that it was enjoyable to watch it. So yeah, in any case, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye! Okay, for the eye look I'm going to start out with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And a brush that I don't particularly use a lot.